My mother left me standing on the side of the road when I was 13. Living in an abusive home was pretty hard, but nothing hurt quite as much as watching that woman drive away. There wasn't fear of abandonment. I had truly been abandoned. All that hate that had been thrown around at me for years suddenly came crashing down, and it was pretty simple. I was worthless. My teen years were rough, dealing with even the simple stuff, high school drama, boyfriends. Then there was the hard stuff, getting my first apartment at 16, and just in general trying to make good decisions as a teenager. Even though I knew she didn't want me, I needed my mom there. I needed somebody to confide in and tell me things were going to be okay. And I needed somebody to set me straight because I needed that a lot. I envied my friends and their moms. I didn't understand how my friends could be so rude and cruel to someone that clearly loved them so much. They didn't they know that a mother's love is conditional? I remember always trying to get ready for school events at my friends' houses just so I could have a family around. My senior prom didn't work out that way, and I remember crying, getting ready, because she should have been there. She should have wanted to be there. And then I started crying because she wasn't there, and it was just a big mess. By the time I left for college, I knew that I would never be a mom. For one, the doctors said so, and two, why would I ever have a child? I would be a terrible mother. I couldn't have kids because I shouldn't have kids, was my mentality. What if I was like my mom? Besides, according to my mom, I was worthless. So how could I possibly take care of something so precious? I played off my fear of motherhood to my friends, claiming that I wasn't interested in kids. I didn't have time for a family. I loved traveling and rescuing animals way too much, and kids were just going to get in the way of that. Well, in 2010, my partner finally convinced me to try to have a family. And I was terrified. I basically left it up to fate. I said, if it's going to happen, it'll happen. If it won't, it won't. And well, we got pregnant, and then we lost that baby at 17 weeks on Christmas. And it was really, really hard. It was really hard on both of us. But to me, in the end, that was the universe trying to say, Llahoma, you can't have kids. You shouldn't be a mother. A few months later, we found out we were pregnant again. And I went with a very clinical mindset about the pregnancy as well as the delivery. I had so many baby books on my nightstand that if you accidentally knocked into it, the tower of books would fall over the place. I read everything I could get my hands on to make sure that I could take care of that life inside of me. But there wasn't any attachment to the pregnancy. I woke up every day and there wasn't this excitement about having a baby inside me. It was more like a really driven focus to complete the job successfully. And then she was born. I had a natural birth, which the baby book said was good for baby, so well done. And from intake to my recovery room was all of 2 hours. There were no difficulties, and I knew I was blessed. What more could a woman in labor ever ask for? But I can't help but wonder if that lack of struggle partly contributed to that disassociated feeling I had for my child. You see, when she was born, I held her immediately because the baby book said that she needed to bond with me. And I nursed her because, again, the baby book said to. But they didn't explain how to love your child, how to feel that love for your child. And looking back now, it's hard to comprehend how much pain I had in my heart. That my walls were so thick that I didn't feel the most earth-shattering love and joy the moment I first held my baby. But I just didn't. One of my dearest friends was with me that first night, and I'll never forget her looking at me and asking if I was going to hold my baby. I was terrified of my baby. What was I even doing? Besides, I had already delivered her successfully. My job was done. What more do you want from me? All night, I went through the motions. I changed the diapers. I fed the baby. Check. Next morning, we had visitors, and someone made a remark about how long her nails were. And I was like, okay, she has long nails. Let's get those clipped. And then I learned that you're not supposed to clip an infant's nails. I must have missed that part. The moment that baby cried in pain, and don't worry, it was just from the little pinch. I didn't dismember her. I felt it. I felt that jarring connection that forms in the depths of your soul for another person. That moment when you know that nothing will ever happen to that baby so long as you're around. That you could not fathom any pain coming towards that child, much less hear it or ever see it. Struggle is the part of the human condition, and I think it's one of the most important parts. From struggle, our most beautiful stories are born. So I was wrong. I am a mother, and it's not because I was able to carry and deliver a baby and check off all the boxes like a pro, but because I know what it's like to be unloved by someone who took that name for granted, and my daughter will never know that feeling. I get frustrated with my kid, and we argue because she is stubborn just like me, but we laugh and we love. We have so much love in our home. And I can't wait for the teen years just to be there for her every single night, especially prom. Looking back, I have to say thank you, Mom. Thank you for leaving. Thank you for giving me a chance to grow into myself and to discover my real value. And thank you for motivating me to be a deliberate mother, to be the best mom, and to learn how to love and to learn just how much I am worth loving.